In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Ortega Last Jedi re-edit. If you didn't know, Ivan Ortega is the name of a man who didn't like The Last Jedi, and he said that he was going to re-edit it so it would be more watchable. It wouldn't be so bad. Now, I didn't like The Last Jedi, and a lot of people didn't like The Last Jedi. And actually, I think most people didn't like The Last Jedi. But who knows? For sure. Rotten Tomatoes, it has an indication, and you know, it's everywhere online. So the fans got called a lot of names like racists, misogynists, anti-feminist, which isn't true. We just wanted a good story. I do want to say as a preface that The Last Jedi, and I've said this before, was a beautiful movie. The visuals were outstanding. The acting was great. The wardrobe, just about everything in The Last Jedi was fantastic, except for the story and perhaps the editing. So there's dozens of videos. I've made videos about that, why that happened and how it could have possibly happened, and it may be happening again. But this is about Ivan Ortega's re-edit of The Last Jedi, and I'll just tell you how I feel about it right now. Bravo, bravo, splendid. Mr. Ortega did it. He did some things with The Last Jedi that were just amazing. I didn't think someone could make The Last Jedi watchable. I haven't watched The Last Jedi since I took my family to the movies when it first came out. And I spent like $150, $200 taking everybody out because I was so stoked, because I liked Rogue One so much. But they got me, and I came out of there just astonished. Anyway, I didn't need to watch it again. I didn't need to watch it multiple times to figure out what I didn't like about it. I know some people did. I didn't need to. I just watched that one time, and that was it. Now, since I haven't watched it except for that one time, there were some things in that movie that have burnt in my soul, unfortunately. But I can't tell you everything that Ivan changed, because I'm not going to watch The Last Jedi theatrical version minute per minute compared to his. I have no intention on ever watching The Last Jedi ever again. But I highly recommend you go watch Ivan Ortega's re-edit of The Last Jedi. I will put a link to his video on his channel, and in his video he tells you how you can watch it. I'm not going to link straight to the re-edit. I don't want to step on his toes. He put some work into this. I don't know how much help he had, but I highly recommend it. It makes The Last Jedi watchable. Now, I'm going to go into spoilers now. If you haven't seen The Last Jedi theatrical release, good. Or if you watched The Last Jedi and you liked it, that's good too, because I want people to like Star Wars. Or if you haven't seen Ivan Ortega's re-edit, do so now, because I'm going to go into spoilers right now. Okay, I took notes because this is important to me. At the beginning of The Last Jedi, I noticed right away that Mr. Ortega fixed the ragdoll scene. He took it out. He cut that out of Hux, Snoke, mind ragdolling Hux. So that's gone. The drop phone call joke, that's gone. Yay. When I saw that, I got excited. I thought, all right, this is going to be good. I was a little apprehensive through this whole re-edit movie, hoping that he fixed everything that I thought needed to be fixed. And quite honestly, he did a great job, but I would have cut more. I'm not an editor, but I would have cut more. But whatever. And I'll let you know what I would have cut. The infamous scene where Luke tosses his lightsaber, he fixed that. It was great. It was great. I was really happy the way he fixed it. Remember when Rey is handing him the lightsaber at the end of Force Awakens, and then in The Last Jedi he throws it over his shoulder? That's fixed. That's fixed. That was a big thing to me. I would have cut at the beginning the bombers. I would have cut out Rose's sister altogether, not because I didn't like the character, but because the whole gravity in space thing, and she falls down and she's kicking the ladder and trying to get the remote to fall down. That was just silly. So I would have just cut that. Where Finn wakes up and he's leaking holes, that's still in there. I would have cut that out. I would have cut where he wakes up and then the suit with the holes squirting water. I would have cut that out. But he kept it in, and I know why he did it. So Finn and Poe could have a talk together. And here's a big thing. He fixed Admiral Akbar. He fixed him. In Ortega's re-edit, Admiral Akbar does not die unceremoniously. There's an explosion. You see Leia in the explosion, but you don't see Admiral Akbar sucked out. And what's more, there is no scene with Leia floating through space. That scene didn't bother me as much as a lot of it did other people do, because she's got force powers. But it doesn't show that. So there ought to be a lot of people happy about that. It just shows her, and I don't know how he did it. I don't know if he took Akbar from a different movie or somehow, and Akbar explains it. She's in critical condition, but Akbar's fine. Is that awesome? That right there. I mean, this guy, some guy, fixed The Last Jedi. Disney needs to hire Ivan Ortega. They need to hire him. Let's see. That was a Canto Bight scene. He got rid of the stupid horses running through there, and the kids as slaves, because kids as slaves isn't funny. But in the end of that, in the original Last Jedi theatrical, they didn't save the kids. They saved the horses. So anyway, they do have Benicio del Toro. He's still in it as the code breaker, but it's not as silly. It's not as silly. And they take him, and it proceeds about the same path, but he cut out a bunch of Canto Bight. Thank you, Mr. Ortega. Let's see. He fixed Chewie. And that pork. Remember when Chewie was going to eat the pork, and it was giving him the sad eyes? He fixed that. I don't really want to tell you how he fixed it. I mean, but it's beautiful. It's great. It's way better than the theatrical release. Actually, about Canto Bight, I probably would have cut more. I would have cut even more. But I'm not going to tell the man who fixed The Last Jedi what to do, because he did fix it. And in the re-edit, Ortega's re-edit, Luke actually trains Rey. He does. It makes so much more sense. She doesn't appear to be as much of a Mary Sue as she did in The Last Jedi. And she's still the protagonist. She's still the main star of this movie for the most part. But she doesn't seem like a Mary Sue. I mean, this is what somebody who loves Star Wars does when they make a movie or edit a movie. And probably the biggest thing in Ortega's re-edit that he fixed was Luke and Kylo. You remember in Luke was supposedly raised his lightsaber and was going to kill Kylo in his sleep? Completely out of character. He fixed it. I had to rewind it or scan backwards and watch that again. Thank you, Mr. Ortega. You fixed Luke. You fixed Luke, especially that one scene. I want you, this viewer, to go watch this movie, at least for that one scene. Ortega fixed Luke. He did. He added that deleted scene that we've all heard about Rey running to the camp on the island. He added that. I thought it was cool. It worked out great because it shows that Rey is strong and smart, but she's still inexperienced. That's been the problem in this whole movie. One of the big problems. Yeah. That's what I was. Luke didn't try to kill Kylo. He didn't. He wouldn't. He wouldn't. I don't think Rey should have bested Luke when they were fighting on the island. She was wanting to know why he didn't tell her the truth. Well, Luke tells her the truth. Ortega fixed that too. When Luke tells the story of Kylo, he did it. Ortega fixed that. He added in scenes from somewhere else and moved some around. It works. It works. Yeah. Just that one scene. Seriously, that one scene of Luke standing over Kylo, and Kylo's asleep. It's fixed. It changed the whole movie. He trimmed Holdo. She's still in there, and she's still hateful toward Poe, and you know Poe still kind of acts the same, but he trimmed here and there to where it's not so in your face. I would have remember the half piece of jewelry that Rose had from her sister, and then Benicio's character. He used it. I would have cut that out. Cut it all out. It was just that whole jewelry thing was silly to me. He didn't need that. He could have shorted across that with any piece of metal. I believe it would have worked. Just cutting that out. But I'm still happy, Mr. Ortega. Poe's mutiny. I don't know. It was still there. I don't know if he could have gotten rid of it, but he toned it down, and it made it more reasonable. Of course, Poe's mutiny wasn't that unreasonable in the first place. It was Holdo's withholding, with Holdo. We should call her with Holdo. Information with Holdo. This is the thing I didn't understand about the movie, and it's still in this movie, is they escape in the transports. You can see the transports, visually see the transports from the other ship. None of that made any sense. Maybe somebody can tell me what happened there. And here's another one that changed everything for me. Admiral Akbar is the one that kamikazes the fleet with that one ship, not Holdo. Ivan Ortega did it. Akbar died, but he died a hero. He died doing what Holdo did in the theatrical release. It's awesome. Awesome. Oh, another thing. At the end, when Finn has that little speeder and he's going to ram that Death Star cannon, he fixed that too. He fixed it. I don't want to tell you how he fixed it, but he fixed it. I mean, it was way better than Rose ramming Finn. You know how stupid that was? Ivan fixed that too. He did. Oh, I can't tell you how happy I am to be able to watch The Last Jedi without cringing and without getting pissed off. And well, without shaking my head. Let's see. They he added some deleted scenes from The Force Awakens and some other things to great effect. I'm telling you, Ivan did a great job. He put a lot of work into this and a lot of thought into it. And like I said, if anybody helped him, kudos to them too. I'm going by my notes. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. BB-8. Do you remember where BB-8 was? In a chicken walker, in the holding bay, the docking bay. He cut almost all that out too, because I thought that was so stupid. And by the way, at the very beginning of the movie, when BB-8's stopping all the shorts in Poe's X-Wing, he cut most of that out too. He took out that one line where that rebel soldier tastes the white powder on Crate and said, "It's salt. We didn't need that crap." Because they said earlier it was a mineral planet, and I thought it was silly. And that was actually the director of Rogue One that said that line. Yeah, they fixed Finn's suicide run. I just thought that was... Now I'm ready to watch this again. I'm ready to watch this again. And Luke, his demise is left ambiguous, and I like that too. Ivan left Luke at the end of his re-edit able to mesh in with Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. I think the way he left it, it should be able to plug right into it. I hope. He left it ambiguous, and I thought that was a good thing to do with Luke at the end of The Last Jedi. And that's about it. I know this might be a long video, and I wanted to go specifics of things that were fixed, that he fixed almost everything that I wanted fixed. And like I said, I would have cut out more, but I'm not an expert. I'm just a huge fan. So I recommend you seeing the re-edit, and I also recommend you go subscribing to Ivan Ortega's channel. I recommend you patronizing his channel, if you know what I mean. He deserves it. It deserves a lot of praise. Thank you, Ivan Ortega, and thank you for watching and subscribing. May the Force be with you.